Tell me if you can hear me now. All right. Good. I was getting a phone call, I guess. So, thanks to people showing up to the webinars, we have been able to reinvest a good amount of the income that has been generated from the 300 plus sales of webinar tickets that we've gotten. So, I first started off getting this new light to improve. Obviously it's a light. Shit, I don't really know how it's as simple as it can get. It's a light. So I actually had two of these lights back in Dallas, but I don't know if my mom sold them whenever I got rid of my barber shop. I don't know if she kept them or sold them. Maybe she sold them. I don't know. But I had a backdrop. I had two of these lights, the expensive ones too. I forgot what brand that was. And I had a bunch of other stuff to take pictures of haircuts. Now, I'm looking for a teleprompter here in Nairobi. And believe it or not, that light was literally $150 on Amazon. Bobby just so happened to be going to the CBD the same day I was. I went to CBD yesterday and got the exact same light, but like a knockoff version, right? It's the same shit. It's a light. As long as it turns on and it does what it's supposed to do, it's a light. For what did I pay for this light? I think I paid like 6,000 shillings, which is like 40 bucks. Now you do save a lot of money by shopping in CBD. Like you get the real price of stuff that Kenyans be talking about. You can get. The thing is, you got to go in CBD, and it's literally like it's damn near like going into a slum. It's super chaotic. People are snatching people's purses, cutting people's bags open, and all that kind of stuff. So whenever I do go to CBD, I don't ever go. But if I do, I buy as much stuff as I can think of at one point, so it makes sense. Because the amount of chaos I was in yesterday getting that light, and I got a new pair of shoes out of there too. Some knockoff Air Maxes, and they look and feel exactly like the real ones that I bought when I was in the States. I used to wear them in the States too, and yeah, they're literally the same pair of shoes. I actually overpaid. They were only supposed to be $2,500, but the dude said, "Oh, that's nothing for y'all." After we paid, what was it, $3,600, which is still nothing. But I just knew I could have got it cheaper. So the trade-off is that amount of chaos you got to go through. So it only makes sense to buy everything as an American. It only makes sense to buy everything from CBD if you are going to buy in bulk at one time. I wouldn't go there every time I need something, because the amount of Uber rides and time you spend and the amount of shit you got to go through. What's going on? Jay, what's going on? Thank you for the $10 super chat. I had a feeling that you weren't in town because I hadn't seen you. So yeah, I actually thought about going back to Namibia next week, but I think I will be. I'm not supposed to leave here until after New Year's. That's what my ticket was already bought for, but I think I might push it up and go back next week. I don't know. I don't know, because there's nothing for me to do here now. The stuff that I'm doing here I can do in Namibia. I have made my apartment very homey, so it is hard to leave my apartment. That's why I'm not selling all this stuff, because this place is literally customized to my personality. I added some new plants. So yeah, again, that's the light. But I've made this place pretty homey, as you can see. It looks like the couch, especially with the couch, that changed everything. But I added some new plants because these plants were dead whenever I left. And so this snake plant, whatever this one is called, they don't need water often. So I put these there. But I have somebody that's going to rent out my apartment the entire time I'm gone. So I don't need to, I'll just come back here whenever I want to come back to Nairobi. But in the meantime, yeah, it's best that I stay in Namibia, because, yeah, Nairobi is already, throwing off my focus. Whenever I go hang out, I literally have one drink. And, yeah, I'm like, damn, okay, I can see how I lost complete focus last time. It's literally just yeah, like my entire mentality is fucked up whenever I get back here. I mean, I'm focused now, but I can just see that it's like I have too many friends and stuff, so I could just see how I could eventually just go back down the same shit I was doing before, which that would defeat the purpose of all the progress I've made. Um, so, secondly, and I'll get into in a minute what we're going to be talking about this week in the webinar. If you don't have a wine opener like this, you definitely got to get one like this. Because I tried to get the manual ones and the other ones that look like some legs and whatever, and or arms, you want to say. Yeah, and like those are like just bound to fuck up at some point. Like I can just see. You see, it comes off effortlessly, at ease. And you can remove it like this. It's quicker and it never fails either. We only got 67 people. I guess it is early in the States. It's like, what, 7 a.m. or something like that. This one stinks. But yeah, so I am reinvesting all the money that we made in the webinar, right? So 8:30 a.m. Okay, yeah, I think in Texas it's 8:30, right? But I'm reinvesting all the money, so I bought that DJI Nano camera that you guys seen me talking about on the live before. I bought that camera. That should be here any day. It's taking forever. They got delays right now because of Christmas and all that, right? Where can we get the uncut version? Uncut version or what? But yeah, so I bought that camera. The camera that I have right now, this DJI Pocket 3, the battery has started to swell to the point where like the gimbal is barely working. So the new cameras are coming right on time. And I actually got another one of these. This one is $1,000 if you try to buy it right now, basically. But the same company that owns this camera has their own knockoff company where they create the exact same shit for $450. So I just bought that one. And I got DJI's version of the GoPro. So now I have 3 cameras in my DSLR. So that'll be able to make my content better. So like, so for example, whenever I go, like I've always wanted to do a bike riding video throughout Namibia, but I never had the equipment because I can't hold that DJI. So I finally reinvested and got that. Are you about to be super consistent? I mean, it depends. The thing is, whenever I'm in one place, you guys get tired of my videos in like 3 fucking videos. And then it's like, I gotta go to a new city because the views start dropping. So like, vlogs, again, I think are gonna be pushed to once a week. And like, I'll just be promoting my financial topics and stuff like that throughout the week. Cause like, yeah, it's not sustainable trying to like keep people satisfied with vlogs because they lose interest so fast. So I can't really exactly answer that. But yeah, and I even upgraded my chat. If you guys do not have Chat GPT 2, not the $20 one, the $200 Chat GPT, you are severely limiting your productivity. They have agent mode for the paid Chat GPT, the $20 one, but it's limited. They obviously limit it so they can inspire you to, or they can kind of force you to buy the $200 one because you'll like it so much on the agent mode. But they'll be like, oh, you gotta wait until next month to use it. You already used up all your stuff. So then, what the hell is she talking about? But yeah. The agent mode literally can do 20, 30 things at one time. You just give it all of the instructions that it needs, and it literally will come back with everything. Okay, so I go ahead and get into today's yeah. That's funny. You're listening as soon as I said that. Doing AI videos. Here's my thing. Y'all can say, and here they go sending these damn bots again. Y'all can say whatever y'all want about, because some people like to say that the stuff that I talk about, oh, it's generated through AI and all this other sort of stuff, right? Uh, Again, the stuff that I'm talking about, I'm literally using my life experience. There's no AI that can imitate something that's already happened, right? So anyway, this Sunday we are hosting our fourth webinar. The webinars have been very successful and people are finding the value in them. So I will continue to do them. I'm also doing this live stream in the daytime right now because my energy is better. If I wait until night, I won't want to do this. So I'm gonna do it right now, even though it's not as many people that can watch at this time. We're hosting our first webinar because due to our surveys, you guys said that you wanted to learn about how to create a digital product or service, and you want to learn about how to automate it the way that I've done. And so I'm gonna give you guys another story that I put on my community post, but everybody's not gonna see the community post, so I'll tell you again. So my experience, my last experience, or let me just say the most valuable one that I had with automating my, let me ban this motherfucker, with automating a business was whenever I did the move to Kenya thing, right? Which that's still available, but it's just not, I'm not promoting it as heavy as I used to, which I shouldn't have stopped, but yeah. So anyway, with that, I met somebody in Manaus in the Amazon. Manaus is in the Amazon rainforest in Brazil. Good friend of mine, and he was telling me that I was working too hard, trying to get clients, negotiating, all that other kind of stuff that goes with interacting with clients. And he showed me his entire business setup, and he was making really good money. And he seemed to have just as much free time as I did. Like he didn't seem to really do shit it seemed like he was just sitting around collecting money, which that is literally the dream life that most people want to live, right? Now, the way how this business was set up was I had a scheduling software that I have a YouTube channel. Obviously, you guys are watching now. That was my head start. So I was able to monetize the people in my audience that were, or people even that weren't there, maybe new people found the videos, that were interested in moving to Kenya, right? And so I would do a video either promoting or doing a testimonial or showing people Kenya, something that was related to Kenya. And I would always have a sales pitch that I would say at the end, like, hey, if you're interested, you want to come do this the right way, whoop de whoop. And I'm reading you guys, let me ignore the comments. And I would put a link that I'll say, click the link below. And they would, of course, click the link. I had a barrier of entry, which was $30, because you see these trolls that's in the comments right now, those people would literally be booking appointments that they had no intent on ever showing up to. So I said, okay, I'll put $30 as a entry fee. If you want to speak with my assistant, it's going to cost you $30. It's non-refundable. That way, people would, the people that weren't serious, you know, they weren't going to, most trolls will not spend $30, but some will. But most trolls will not spend $30. So, okay, that worked. That actually didn't even like harm the business at all. And I got basically extra fees and just for booking fees. Like the amount of $30 bookings that we got, that $30 fee was able to fund my lifestyle every month during that time. And I pretty much didn't have nothing to do nothing to get that $30 fee. So that was just a big plus, but that's not really the automation part I'm talking about. Just something that was vital for me to say. But I have still an assistant that will, once you book this $30 fee, he will pick up the call. He can see the schedule. He has his own login, and he will figure out everything that this client wants. And whenever I would wake up, because usually this would happen nighttime in the States. I believe it was nighttime in the States. Yeah, it's daytime here. 8 hour difference. So these calls would happen around 5, 6, 7 a.m. And I wouldn't wake up until around 7 to 9 a.m., right? So I would wake up and I would have, a $300, $400, $500 consultation already paid for. So it was literally like, oh, every morning I was waking up looking forward to, okay, let me see who booked overnight. Let me see who booked this, do this, whoop, whoop. Right? So that was the first form of automation. But then my assistant would come back with a report and he would have all the details that whatever I got on this call, this is what this person wants to talk about, and let's see if we can set this up for them. And then they would tell me, and then I would go back and relay the information with my assistants, because it was 4 of them. And there's still 4 of them. They're still here. I don't know why I keep saying it like they're not here anymore. And they would set up the personal driver, do the airport pickup, get them the place to stay, do the city tours. If they want to do a city tour with me, they would have told me that on the phone. But yeah, et cetera, et cetera. All the other things that these people will want whenever they come into Kenya, they would set that up. And so literally, this is literally how I went broke, right? I'm gonna tell you why I say that. So if you're gonna do this, you have to be careful, because if you're living in a place like Kenya where the social life is abundant and there's a lot of stuff to do and people like to drink, and you're making money pretty much not doing shit, you can eventually go off the deep end and be kind of like, oh, like, because you're not working, so your mind don't really have to be right, so you can drink more. And I ended up going overboard with that. Lesson learned. But anyway, so they would handle all the stuff like that, and of course there would be convenience fees, or not convenience fees, service fees on top of the city tours and all that. That obviously nobody's gonna do those things for free. Nobody's gonna be a personal driver for 2-3 weeks for free. If somebody was buying a house, then we would have service fees for that. But the thing is, my team was doing all of that kind of stuff. I didn't have to do shit, basically. They were also posting my YouTube shorts. I don't post any of those shorts. My assistants do that. I don't edit my videos. All I really do is record content and write my emails and my community posts. So I create the content, but they edit and post the content, okay? So that allows me, the importance of having the automation set up is, number one, your biggest asset, which is time. Time is your biggest asset. And I remember, if I would have had this same sort of automation whenever I was a barber, thank God I didn't do it, because I probably would have never left the States, because I would have been too successful. But if I would have had that same automation, I could have grew my business faster, because when you have free time and you have money coming in, you have time to think of new ideas. When I was a barber, I was experiencing burnout because I couldn't think of shit. Like, I was always cutting hair, my feet were always hurting. I was making really good money, but like, yeah, I didn't even have time to think. I just had time to go to work every day and go to the gym. And on the weekends, yeah, I was still too tired, so maybe Sundays. So you're essentially buying back your time. And so my assistants I didn't pay them. They were working on commission. And so that's another cheat code, which is you don't have to actually hire anybody on a salary. You just give them a commission. And when you give people commissions, they're inspired to work. Because hell, if they don't work, they don't get paid. A janitor, you guys have all seen a janitor that hangs out in the bathroom. He's hanging out in the bathroom because he's getting paid hourly. So he's going to get paid whether he's walking around making sure everything's tidy or not. But my assistant that takes my calls, like, yeah, if he decides he's not going to take calls for a whole week, then he wouldn't get paid that week. Right? So that is the importance of doing commission. So that is another way of, and I keep stressing to people, like, all the stuff that I'm talking about that I've done was literally started with like $0. Like, not everything. My barber career was started with less than $100. I mean, I got a $20 pair of clippers from Dollar Tree. So, I mean, if you ain't got $20, I mean, but anyway, so the software to set up those calls was free. Using Stripe was free, you know. Posting a video on YouTube to advertise is free. WhatsApp is free. Hiring somebody on commission is also free. So there's no excuse to not be able to start this kind of stuff. I've always had to start stuff with damn near no money. So the tips that I give you, which I will give you guys this Sunday in our webinar, if you go to Expat Freedom System, can somebody put that in the chat for me? Put Expat Freedom System in the chat. expatfreedomsystem.com. If you go there and you can click buy the book this week's webinar, and that will enroll you to attend more thorough information over how to do this and step by step. I have a presentation that goes along with this. So what was I at before that? What was I saying right before that? Anyway, that's just the importance. So again, the thing is, besides that, that's the automation portion. The automation portion of a business or a product or service or whatever is fairly easy. That's easy. I mean, you have software that will automate. You can hire the people to do other sort of stuff. That's the reason why big businesses don't have one person, because everybody can't do one person can't do everything. So they hire other people and that automates it for the CEO, right? But the main issue, two other issues, is that people do not know what to create. I've made the mistake of creating products that I wanted to make, and the audience did not want, or my audience did not want, so they did not sell. And I tried to, thank you for putting that right there. You could book, yeah, if you guys want to book this week's webinar to learn more about this, you can click this link right here that says Expat Freedom System. Thank you. Anyway, you can create a digital product that nobody wants. And I spoke about this in the last webinar, where literally people will go out and make a logo, a website, and all this other shit before they make a sale, which doesn't make sense. And the analogy that I always use is, it's like seeing a woman walking down the street and you go buy a wedding ring, a house, and a car for her, and you haven't even said hello yet. You don't even know if it's gonna work yet. And that's the same thing with a lot of people. A lot of people, I tell them, hey, you should try this. And then they take 7, 8, 9 days to get started when it should have took 30 minutes. I think a lot of people are they're overthinking what they need to do to start. Again, I always say this, get started. You don't have to do all of this shit beforehand. Again, when I first started doing my consultations, all I did do was create a link for them to book, and I hooked it up to Stripe. That shit was done in 30 minutes, okay? When I started cutting hair, I bought a $20 pair of clippers, and I started cutting my hair and my younger brother's hair. You know, like getting stuff. When I posted YouTube videos, I just posted them. Like, I don't have to have a website. I don't have to have all this, you know, like I don't get it. So again, don't be that person, because you'll just waste a lot of money. So anyway, no, those 89,000 people are fake bots. And I'm gonna get into something else later on after this. But yeah, so create a product that actually solves a problem that you know people will buy because it's an actual problem. Like at one point I thought the whole dating thing, it is a problem. That's why people followed me at that time. Not enough of a problem for them to spend money on it. Some people, I made some sales on some products that I made, but not enough like I did with the Kenyan relocation thing and these webinars. These are more important problems that obviously for 300 plus people to book a webinar with me within the first month, and we still have this week, this webinar will be the judge of how many people actually signed up for it the first month. Yeah, that means that it's actually valuable to people, and that's something that a lot of people are interested in. They'll invest financially in with their time. But whenever I was doing dating stuff, like, yeah, like it wasn't, you know, it's an issue, but it's not that much of an issue, because you had two dudes that were either they had money, but I don't know, fuck it, I'm not gonna keep talking about that. But anyway, that wasn't what I thought it was, but this is, and the other things that I've done have been, but that wasn't. So you want to skip that part, and you actually want to evaluate people, you know, ask people questions. something that you're good at that is a problem, that a pain point that you could fix. So we'll go further into detail during the webinar over that on how to create a product or service digitally. Not something, I mean, you could do physical if you want to. I mean, this is just for the lowest cost setup digital products. How to create something like that that will actually convert people. And then the next thing is to how to actually find those people. So once you figure out what you have, maybe you have a product but you don't know how to market, or you don't have access to the market. You don't realize that you can just join a Reddit forum and speak to people. I mean, really, you can get all this information on Reddit. If you go to Reddit and just start in a certain niche, let's say you're talking about cats or something, I don't know, and you can talk to those people about, you can see what they're complaining about, and they're there, so you can sell to them there. You can start there. Reddit is free. Yeah, I believe it's free. I mean, shit, I can get on it for free, so I mean, you can too. So that is another. By the way, I have a thread on Reddit. If you guys don't know, I didn't make it. Somebody else made it. But anyway, so yeah, that is the second portion. Is so first, people don't know what to sell, and then they don't know who to sell it to or where to find those people. And then the next phase, I guess, of scaling is automating it. Because there's a lot of success, and I'm telling you from experience, like I said, when I was a barber, I was a successful barber. I had 2 barber shops, but because it wasn't essentially, I mean, I was working towards automating it. It just didn't get there. So because it wasn't automated, I experienced burnout. I never stopped until I got on YouTube, and then I decided to move out of the States and just sell everything, but I experienced burnout. So if that's something, let's see how many people will be interested. So I just put up a poll here. I don't know why YouTube has this shit where it's like in the middle of the screen. I don't know whose idea that was, but they need to be fired. But anyway, are you interested in making money online as a poll? And so we have, it's going back and forth between yes and no. These trolls got to stop, man. I mean, I'm not saying some people don't want to, but I mean, damn. But when you're trying to find the right customer, your packaging is what's important, right? So for me, I've spent years showing you guys my lifestyle around the world. Whether if that was like just for me traveling or eating at nice restaurants or dating, whatever, right? I've spent years doing that, so that was me essentially building an audience around people that wanted to live the same lifestyle I was. So whenever I came out with a product, teaching them how to do that, of course it's going to sell because I've already had it packaged over years. I just never tapped into that specific product or service. I've sold other stuff, but this is the right one for my audience, obviously. And again, we're doing these I mean, of course, maybe I would have more webinar sales if I was running ads, right? But you don't have to run ads even if you don't have a big following. There's ways to, I'm doing it this way so you guys can have no excuse to not be able to do this with $0 up front. That way more people have access to it. Because if I tell you guys, oh, you have to have money for ads, that could be $500 a month. That can already filter out a lot of people that may want that opportunity. So that's the reason I'm doing it that way. But anyway, if that's something that you guys are interested in, you could visit the expatfreedomsystem.com. I have designed that website. I hope that you guys like it. Please click the link because last time you guys had a lot of negative shit to say about my website. But today, I have redone it. And it's still not done yet. I still need to add a header. But again, I'm not worried about the website being pretty. I'm worried about making a sale so you guys can attend the webinar. I'll deal with the aesthetics later. Y'all be worried about the wrong stuff ahead of time. So again, we got 79 people that, only 43 people voted, but 79%, voted that they would like to make money online. So 78%, 80%, that's at least like 35 people, right? Or something like that, right? So that means we should have 35 people that have booked the webinar. The webinar is only it's not even $10, it's $9.98. So it's not even $10, which is literally cheaper than eating at Chipotle. So again, I'm gonna start pushing this heavier on the weekends. I'll try to come out with a vlog tomorrow if I can record this camera. This camera is like really messed up. I'm gonna show you guys. So number one, you can see you can't shut this because the battery is swelling to the point where, and this is why you buy knockoffs, right? I mean, I can send this back to DJI to get it fixed, but I have to buy a new one in the meantime to replace it, which I already have. But if this camera is $1,000, like, you know, that's a big deal compared to $450. $450 is still high too, but like, yeah, I mean, it's easier to replace. So once I get my new camera, I'm gonna send this one back to the States so they can fix it. Or maybe they could do it in South Africa, I don't know. But the camera still turns on. The screen still works, but look, the damn, okay, it worked. Of course it's gonna work that time. But trust me, it wasn't doing that. And that's the whole main function. It wasn't doing that. So it's on its last days. So this has to be fixed. They had to, the sliding screen almost won't go. So anyway, again, it's okay because you guys have been so supportive of the webinars that I've been able to reinvest the money and get 3 new cameras. Don't buy knockoffs, just buy the same camera used. I mean, that's a great theory, but I mean, these cameras are in such high demand that you can't find them. And the thing is, I've been using that camera for almost, how about it? I've been using it for over 2 years now, and it's been all around the world, and I've filmed thousands and thousands of hours on it. But, so it's ran its course, right? But the thing is, for that camera, but the thing is, why the hell would you want to buy, hold on. What was the last thing you heard me say? Okay, so yeah, the thing is that camera is used, right? And let's say I decided to start selling that camera 8 months ago. That camera had no problem 8 months ago. That camera is $1,000. So I'm gonna look at the retail price of that and I'm gonna be, okay, it's used. So I'm gonna sell it for $500, half off. It's a used camera, right? And then literally that camera started having those problems about a month ago. So a little over 6-7 months later after you buy the camera, the shit's falling apart. So why would you want to buy a used camera? Like, if it's gonna fuck up, you want it to at least start. You want to have a bigger time frame of it doing that. If you buy a used camera, especially a DJI Pocket, yeah, like it's just gonna be sooner. Like sooner rather than later that it's gonna start falling apart. And you bought it for $500 when you could have bought the knockoff brand new that works exactly the same at $450. Which one makes more sense? But yeah, if you guys don't know, Kia, her son is in town today. He just got here recently, so I'm about to make this fish really quick, and then I'm gonna go hang out with him because she wanted me to show him around. And if you guys don't know, Kia is Traverse Cultures. Yeah, but what you're saying is knockoff. What knockoff camera are you wanting to buy that you're not gonna have the same issues with? Well, Jesus Christ, it's not this hard to understand. So, and I don't say that to be disrespectful, but here, let me give the full context again. DJI, the camera I just showed you, is the premium brand that Americans know. But most of us don't know that they have another company, and they've been known to do this. They'll make the exact same camera. exact same everything, exactly. I mean, exactly the same. Same menu, features, all that. But they'll just change the branding, and it's half the price. And this is that American mindset, though. Like, I only say this to you because I'm a videographer that deals with cameras daily. Now, I'm not referring to Canon cameras. Like, I don't know if I would buy a knockoff Canon camera. Maybe, I don't know. I had to, but the thing is, I had to see. So I'm a barber, right? Or I was a barber, and this is the wall magic clips, right? The clippers that they're paired with are these wall detailers, right? These wall detailers from Wall cost like, I think they're like 85 or like 90 bucks or some shit like that. They're well above $70, I think, right? If you go on AliExpress, you can find these wall detailers for like 20, 25, $30 or somewhere around there, right? And they work the same, and I've been using, these are knockoff wall detailers. They look exactly the same, sound exactly the same, they cut hair exactly the same. If you open them up and look at the circuit boards, they're exactly the same. And that's because those clippers are made in China, and Chinese people love to create the same shit twice in the same factory and put two different logos. So what are you really, what so you're essentially paying a premium just to say you got a certain brand. You're not paying for any new features. You're not paying for nothing that's actually better. I mean, you guys seen that Louis Vuitton was, all those luxury brands were claimed to be made out of China now, rather than Italy, like it says. So I'm trying to figure out, again, why would you buy a used camera that somebody's been walking around, especially a camera that somebody's vlogging with, right? That means they're walking all around the world. They probably done dropped it, sand and blew in it when they walk through a desert somewhere. A bunch of stuff has happened to that camera, and you gonna go buy the used one. So that way, when that camera decides to break down, it's gonna break down on you sooner. I mean, it's really common sense. It doesn't matter if you're a videographer or not, right? I mean, if you buy a used fucking car, is it gonna break down quicker than a new car? I mean, it's not really that hard to understand. I mean, from my understanding, if I buy a car that somebody's been driving for 5 years, the chances of a gasket blowing or something on it is a lot higher than driving one off the lot. So again, I'm gonna buy a new camera. Why the hell would you buy an old camera? I mean, you could buy an old camera. You could do whatever you want. I'm just saying it doesn't make sense in the context that I'm talking about. Thank you, Ivan Kidd, and thank you, King Chris. You guys know I never cooked with butter until I met Z. I mean, I know people have cooked with butter, but I used to cook only with olive oil. I like cooking with the butter better. Excuse this air fryer. I haven't cleaned it out in a couple days, so it's like, what do you call them? Char? I mean, this stuff is already pre-smoked, it says, so. I gotta go buy another plant before I go back. Why do y'all keep saying it's muted? Yeah, some of those people be trolling when they say that, man. I'm gonna show you guys so these are the Nike Air Maxes I got yesterday. In the CBD. Now they look and they feel exactly like some regular Air Maxes. These were like $20. In the States, if you go buy it at the retail price, they're like $300 US. And that's what I was telling you guys, this is my view. That's what I was telling you guys, literally, is there is an American price and there is the rest of the world, the actual price. We get overcharged for shit. Like, again, the same companies are not going to just limit their products to just the States. So they're going to make what they would consider knockoff versions of their own shit and sell it to people in the rest of the world that have weaker currencies. Yeah, and they were $20. I mean, the thing is, I had to walk all through the. It was like I wiped my face and like the paper towel was all brown and black. Like it was like a lot of sand. But yeah, I went to my favorite spot last night. I had 2 Long Islands, and I was like overly fucked up, like overly. It's again, either that place just makes drinks really, really strong, or they have a lot of fake alcohol, as they've been saying in Nairobi. Because I remember I was in South Africa, Botswana, and Namibia, and I could have 3 Long Islands in one sitting and be, lit, but I wouldn't like forgetting shit. Like, I was yelling and shit. I was yelling last night. Which big city do I prefer? I mean, it depends on what state of mind I'm in, right? If I just want to kick it all the time and hang out, I'd rather be here. Because this is like the place where you'll be fulfilled with hanging out. But if I want to like focus and like do these webinars and like, the Windhoek, Namibia is more of a city for that. It's a lot slower. It's not boring like Like Habaroni, Botswana was like boring as hell. Like that city was really boring. But I mean, it's not as boring as there, but you still got stuff you could do. I don't think I needed to put no salt or nothing on there. It's fish. How were the women acting towards you last night when you went out? Uh, I wasn't talking to women. I was just sitting there talking to Bobby and I was really sitting there talking the whole time to Bobby and the other guys I was with. I mean, I haven't been like interacting, so I don't know. My focus is like completely different. I mean, it's just I think it's very obvious what I'm trying to say. Like I'm just not on that. The place was super quiet. What place you talking about? Why don't you use a microphone when you live stream? I usually do. Why does the sound bad? Because right now I'm on my phone, so. Oh, sometimes when women know you have a lady, they become more aggressive. I don't think they're doing. I know what you're talking about. I don't think they're doing that. Yeah, I don't use the microphone whenever I'm on my phone because like I have to charge the phone often. And so I would need like a hub or something. And I don't think I don't think it works when you plug it into the phone. I have one for my laptop. This is Mojo's. You were the guy I met last night. Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna take that YouTube plaque to my new spot in Namibia. I hope this shit is done, cause it was frozen. Let me see. Okay. I mean, it was already smoked. It said. What's going on, Ronald? Let me get this shit in my hands. Sunday was actually pretty good. Believe it or not, some people came, they paid to come troll me at the webinar. And that's why I said some of y'all got a mental illness. I've had people literally fly from the United States to come hang out with me and they didn't like me. Like, your mind has to be fucked up to do that. I don't think I'd buy this fish again. There's too many small bones in this kind. I like the tilapia better, and the tilapia is cheap. What I paid for this, I could have got 3 whole tilapias. Yeah, you were the guy that was talking to the Sudanese guy. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate you watching. I'm glad you actually left a comment because I know we spoke about it. Maybe these bones are small enough for me to eat. But anyway, I'm about to get ready to go meet Kia's son, I guess. So I'll try to post a vlog tomorrow. Just remember to go to expatfreedomsystem.com.